Eli. I wanted to send you this quick website audit and video to give you some tips on your website, show you where your company is ranking currently, and I'm just going to go over a few specifics of how you can beat your competition online. So I'll show you what your competition is doing and how beating them online can have huge benefits for bringing new customers into your business. So the 3 things I'll talk to you about are content, backlinks, and citations. So content is anything on the homepage of your site that Google can read. So all the text on the homepage, all the text within your images, and whatever your images are saved as. Now, to be considered authority in Google's eyes, you're going to want to have at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on your home page, and you're going to want it to be stuffed with content that has to do with buyer intent. So for you specifically, you'd be looking at keyword phrases like painter, Fort Worth, Texas, painter, Dallas, DFW painters, different keyword phrases that have a higher search volume so that when those people are searching for that service in that area, your website will pop right up. So, looking at your website, I really like the way it's designed and laid out. It all looks really nice, it makes sense, and it flows. The main thing that I would say here that you'll want to do is get to that 1,500 word mark of content. And a rule of thumb that we tell our clients to use on the homepage is 1 keyword phrase for every 100 to 150 words on the page. So if you were to get to 1,500 words, you'd want somewhere between 10 and 12 keywords on that home page spread organically throughout the paragraphs here. So that is my biggest recommendation here on the home page. It's also really great to have testimonials. Typically, I suggest to put them right above, the lead form here and your contact info at the bottom of the home page, just because when people are looking through your homepage, a lot of times if they're on the fence about calling you, it really helps to build some trust with your prospective clients when they have other people's experiences right in front of them to read about and know what they'll be getting if they give you guys a call and hire you. So that's one tip for you there. I see that you have all of your locations listed out down here. Now, if any of these areas have a really high search volume, that's based on keyword research, I would suggest that you make separate service pages for them just because they'll be easier to rank that way. So your company will rank higher whenever somebody, let's say Arlington has a huge search volume for painters in Arlington. If you were to make a separate page with Arlington on it, then that page would most likely be able to rank very quickly, depending upon how hard it is to rank with the keyword. And then whenever anyone's searching for painters in Arlington, that page would pop up and they'd end up on your website. So that's just one suggestion also as far as your service areas go. I mean, you guys service a lot of different areas, so that's awesome. One other thing I wanted to show you here is you see at the top where it says not secure. So whoever built your site should have an SSL certificate that they can apply. They'll just need to contact, whoever is hosting your site and make sure that's applied. That way you can change this to be a secure site. Google really frowns upon this, any non-secure sites. So that's a way you can fix that. Also for your service pages, as far as content goes, I would say that these look really good, and I noticed that they have some internal linking. So back here on the home page, if you click, on interior painting, you get to the service page, which is great. The one thing I would recommend is splitting these services into their own separate pages, just like what I was talking about with the locations. It will just help them to rank higher in the searches. And if you were to split them into separate pages, you'll want to strive for 500 words of content on each of the service pages and anywhere from 3 to 4 key phrases spread organically throughout. So I love that you have an About Us page. That, again, helps build a lot of trust with any prospective clients. And, you have your bio on here, which is awesome. And, of course, any pictures that you have before and afters are always the best. So these are really great to display your work right here. So as far as your site goes, those are my tips for you. It looks really nice. Just mainly getting that content on there and potentially splitting up the pages would be a good move. So the next thing I want to go over with you is backlinks. So the thing with Google is it can kind of be like a popularity contest because they judge you by how many websites are pointing back at you. Now, very important to remember, not all backlinks are created equal. So what that means is you're going to gain a lot more influence from a backlink that is related to your industry. So, for example, a blog that mentions your company, a painting blog that mentions your company would be a good one for you, or a popular website that features various types of home improvement or home services, that would be another good one for you. So something that has to do with the services you offer, you're gonna have much more power given to you from that type of backlink versus, let's say, one from your local Domino's Pizza, for example. So a tool I use to measure backlinks is called Ahrefs, and I put your website in up here. It looks like you have 12 backlinks from 6 different websites pointing back at you, and one for your organic traffic tells me that you have minimal traffic coming into your website. So this means that you've had one website visit in the past 30 days. So you're missing out on a lot of potential new clients because it doesn't seem like they're finding your site. Now, I put in one of your top competitors in the area, Southern Painting, and it looks like they've had 172 website views within the last 30 days, and my guess is that they've converted at least some of these to new customers. So a strategy that we tell our clients to use to get that same kind of influence and power as their competitors is to go in and get the same backlinks as they have and then keep adding on more and more. So you'll end up surpassing them while gaining more power to your site, more organic traffic, and of course, new customers will go along with that. The last thing I want to talk to you about today is citations. So citations are very important because if someone's looking for a service now, most likely what they'll do is type it into Google, and then they'll see these 3 businesses pop up in the Google My Business local map pack. So here you guys are, which is awesome. You're number 3 in the map pack. A lot of people do see these companies as the most reputable ones to use in the area because they see that, they're up here ranking at the top. They have ratings, they have reviews, and it looks like you have a lot of good reviews here too, so that's amazing. The one thing I will say is that being in the number 3 spot does make, it is a huge difference from being in the number 1 spot because the number 1 spot gets the lion's share of calls. Typically, like 70% of people will give this number 1 spot, will give them a call. 20% is for number 2, and then 10% for number 3. So you're getting about 10% of the calls when people search for Painter Fort Worth, roughly. That's kind of like just an estimated stat right there. But the reason why you're ranking up here is because you have more citations than other companies who are not ranking. But of course, being at the very top would be ideal. So in order to get more citations, you'll need to list yourself in more directories where your business name, your phone number, and address are listed in the different online directories. And you'll want to go ahead and do the same kind of method that we use with backlinks. You'll want to go in and list yourself in whatever directories these companies are listed in, and then add on a space cushion of, let's say, 20 to 30% more directories. So what will happen is over time, you'll end up moving up to this number 1 spot, getting all of those extra calls, website visits, and new customers. So here is my website. Lobo Leads is my company, and this is my phone number. If you have any questions after watching, I'd love to chat with you about any of this, and I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks.